Okay, in this video I want to talk about how to make your phone healthier for you. So, how to make it less distracting so you can actually, be outside, getting sunlight, getting movement in, and not just sit inside your cave scrolling TikTok all day, but also more practical tips on like reducing EMF exposure and all that stuff. So yeah, let's just get into it. Step number 1, make your phone boring. So really, like, what you want to do is just delete, social media, all these other apps that you use too much. If you're one of those guys that like plays Clash Royale like 4 hours every day, like delete that stuff. Like just go cold turkey and delete those apps off your phone, because they're really doing nothing productive for you. They're literally just wasting your time. So like basically just have a simple home screen without all these addicting apps. So like this is my home screen. There's literally no app here like that I really want to go into. These are literally just for like productive purposes, like taking notes, seeing the date, tracking all this, stuff, whatever, listening to music, phone messages, all that stuff. Also, like, have just like a black background, simple background. You don't want to have all these like, cool backgrounds with all these like colors and stuff that is just gonna make you more likely to pick up your phone. So basically just have it as clean and as simple as possible with no distracting apps on your home screen, and just delete social media and all these other apps that you use way too much. Step number 2, disable notifications of your phone. So like here's a statistic for you. Like the average person gets 146 notifications per day. That's about 1 every 10 minutes. And teens get even more, 237 per day on average. Some people get much more, all these people that got like streaks on Snapchat and all this stuff. But basically you just gotta think about how this makes you just way more likely to pick up your phone, because every time you get a notification, you hear that little bling, like you just want to pick up your phone. And even if it were just like a boring notification, you might just like unconsciously just open your phone, go on TikTok, go on Instagram, whatever, and then boom, suddenly you wasted an hour. Like if you disable notification, which is really easy to do, like just go into settings and like all the apps that you absolutely don't need to have notifications on, just disable them. Obviously, like phone messages from like your family and all that stuff you can keep on, so they can reach you like in emergencies and all that stuff. But yeah, like all these social media apps, games, whatever, all these apps that are really just trying to get you on their app to spend time there, so they can show you ads so they can make money. They don't really care about you. They just want to get you on their app so you can spend time doom scroll like an absolute NPC. So yeah, disable notifications. So like you basically get 0 notifications, and you're gonna spend a lot less time on your phone, so you can actually be outside more, get some productive things done, like working out, eating clean, just working in general. So disable notifications. Step number 3, this is more like to actually make it like healthier for you, like physically, and it's to set a headphone audio limit. So most headphones, they're really loud, and obviously it sounds good to like listen to loud music, but it's really bad for your ears, especially over a long time. So yeah, you really want to set a headphone audio limit of like 80 decibels, which you can go by going into settings, then clicking on this sounds and haptics and headphone safety, and then just toggle this. You can see it over here, like reduce loud audio. And then I recommend setting it to 80 decibels, because that's really, the sweet spot where, you're not getting like ear damage, but it's still, decently loud. So set this to 80 decibels and your ears are gonna thank you later. Step number 4, put on red light mode at night. If you absolutely have to use your phone at night, like I'd recommend not using your phone at night. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But if you absolutely have to, for like work purposes, whatever, like go into settings, accessibility, display and text size, and then into color filters right here, turn it on, set it to color tint, and set the intensity and the hue all the way up. This is basically gonna eliminate blue light from your screen and make it entirely red. And then if you actually wanted to, you can like triple press the power button to turn it on and off. You go into settings, accessibility shortcut, and then you select color filters, and then now every time you triple press the power button, it turns on and off. So you can turn this on at night, maybe after sunset is a good idea, and you're not going to be getting any blue light, which is going to improve your sleep. Still, like your phone screen flickers, it's bad for you, like you're still getting dopamine, all that stuff. but it's at least better than having blue light on. I would still recommend not using your phone at nighttime, but I'm gonna talk about more on that in a second. So yeah, basically, step number 5 is just to have phone-free zones / time. So like a thing that I'm trying to do, like not perfect by no means, but yeah, it's not using your phone on the toilet, for example. Like it's so easy to just sit there, scroll like Instagram for like 20 minutes just every time you go to the toilet. Yeah, so maybe try and do that. Also, another thing that I follow is just no devices 1 hour before going to bed, and also after waking up. So before bed you don't really want all this dopamine. Obviously also blue light, like I just talked about, it's gonna make it a lot harder to fall asleep. And also after waking up, you want to just slowly wake up. It's super unnatural to just wake up, lay in bed, and then just get tons of dopamine from just scrolling your phone. It's not going to be great for your overall health, also just like your brain health and all that stuff. So yeah, don't do that as well. So like schedule, like you don't have to follow like exactly what I do here, but like schedule some like different like zones in your house, or like times of the week or times of the day where like you don't use your phone. Like it could also, or just like any device in general, you could also just have a like tech-free day of the week, like Sunday, where you just like detox. You don't use your phone, you don't use your computer, don't like really look at any like screens or stuff like that, and it's gonna be great for you. Next up, use the 20-20-20 rule. So this basically means every 20 minutes take a 20-second break to look at something 20 plus feet away. And this is basically because of myopia. Like 50% of the population is expected to have myopia or short-sightedness by 2050. And it's already, I think something like 30%, in countries like in Asia, China, or stuff like that. In cities, it's much higher because, these kids that just, they're in school looking at all these objects really close by, and they're just, getting myopia like crazy. The rates are like 80% or something between young people there, I think. You can look it up yourself. But basically, the reason that these people are getting myopia or short-sightedness is because they're spending so much time looking at all these objects close by. Like, for example, your phone is probably the number one thing. Like, your eyes get really tired when they have to focus on something that's like a couple inches away for like hours at a time. So like every 20 minutes, like take a break, go outside, like look as far away into the horizon as you can. Basically as long as you can. It's just called the 20-20-20 rule because it makes it easier to remember. But basically just try to look far away as much as you can. Also, just when you're outside, don't be one of those people that just walk just looking straight down into the ground. Like, first of all, it's shit for your posture, but also like when you're outside, you should be looking far away so you don't end up with glasses. Andrew Huberman also talks about this in one of his podcasts about eye health that you can listen to if you're interested in this. But yeah, basically do that. Step number 7, use speakerphone. And this is basically just to drastically reduce or minimize your EMF exposure. So your phone emits electromagnetic fields, and especially when you're on a call with someone, because that's when it's getting the most signals, sending out the most signals. You can basically talk to this person. So when you're holding it up right next to your head, that's a massive amount of radiation, which is really bad for you. So you should use speakerphone, which is speakerphone. We all know what that is. And it's basically because of this inverse square law. Like, I'm not a scientist, but basically this radiation drops off massively, as you increase the distance from your body. So just getting it like a couple inches away is going to do wonders, and just keeping it, like out here is going to be even better. So, when you're on speakerphone, you're going to get a lot less radiation compared to, just taking it traditionally up to your head. Step number 8, put on automatic airplane mode at night. So this is actually something that I recently learned that you can do. So obviously, like, your phone emits EMF radiation, which has a lot of negative effects, like damages your cells, creates oxidative stress, damages DNA, and a lot more. You can read the book like The Invisible Rainbow, read some studies, all that stuff if you want to learn more about it. But basically, you can set your phone to airplane mode like automatically at night by going into the Shortcuts app, then clicking on automation, and then when bedtime starts, you want to toggle airplane mode. So this way you don't really have to do it yourself. It just does it automatically. when your bedtime starts if you have sleep mode on your phone. So basically now you're not getting any radiation at night. So yeah, that's great. Step number 9, don't carry your phone in your pocket. So this is basically also because of EMFs. So, you know, carrying your phone in your pocket has been linked to like worse sperm quality, just worse like fertility. So you're gonna get better sperm quality, health, and just overall fertility by not carrying your phone in your pocket. But second of all, like you're less likely to use it when you don't have your phone on you 24/7. Like if you just put it away, like you have to like consciously think about, oh, where did I put my phone, before you actually have to use it, instead of just, you know, it's in your pocket, you can just take it up and, you know, just subconsciously like just start scrolling TikTok pretty much. Like that's what they want you to. So yeah, don't keep your phone on you pretty much. It's gonna be better for your health. Also just makes you less likely to use it when it isn't on you like 24/7. Last step, use wired headphones. So again, this is, you know, way less EMF compared to using Bluetooth headphones like AirPods or whatever people use. Also like it's way more aura, like it just looks way cooler to use wired headphones. They're cheaper, they honestly like sound better, to be honest. Yeah, and also you can turn off Bluetooth on your phone if you don't have any like Bluetooth accessories connected, which obviously you don't when you use these. So that's another way to reduce your exposure, by just turning off Bluetooth when you actually use these. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had in this video. Like if you feel like I missed something, leave it in the comments for like the other people. If you have any questions, leave that in the comments as well. I'll be happy to answer. And yeah, I hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.